Welcome to the Artistic Mystic Muse channel. I'm Nancy, your mystical muse. It's so great to see all of you. So grateful for those of you who've liked, shared, and subscribed. Please feel free to do so. Links are below. I have plant medicine in. I've had some requests for plant medicine videos, so I'm working on those and I'm hoping to get them out here in the month of June. This is a collective reading for June 2022. So let's get started. Um, we spirit came out a lot in the cards. They tell me what decks to pull, and then the cards fly out. And they want you to know that you're limitless. And it's a 20. So twos are all about balance and reciprocity, as above, so below, but mostly balance and knowing that you can create and those outcomes become reality based on what you manifest, what you think about, your thoughts, those thoughts that come to that then convert to words and actions. Awaken. You're being called. Some of you are awakening. You're having epiphanies. You're looking at the world and your life differently. So that's the crown chakra and the third eye chakra that are illuminating. So pay attention to those niggles and nudges and thoughts you have. June is kind of a time for a reset, and you're being asked to know that you're supported, but you're also to seek out those things and people that also support your vision or your path. Time out. June is kind of a recalibration month, and I'll get to that why in a minute, but we have the tree of life. It's sitting on top of Mother Gaia, the earth, and it's the rainbow light, which just talks about balance, um, illumination, frequencies, which we'll also get into today. Yeah, golden crown, your connection to the divine, your crown chakra, which is up here. Um, Knowing that you are divine, you are a part of the creator, and not to forget that. And for some of you, it's maybe that's what's expanding is your understanding of how you're connected to the divine, the universe, the interconnectedness between you and everything and everyone else. Coming from a place of compassion. 10 is about new beginnings. Zeros are all about ascended masters, illumination, enlightenment. And again, we've got the crown and third eye chakra lighting up. And just below the throat chakra, we have the heart chakra. So that's really important, and to take time to make those connections. Shine. The beautiful being you are, it's a 29, which is 11. It's a master number. It's a gateway number. It talks about initiation and transformation. And we've got all these spirals that can represent different cycles in your life. The current cycle you end and the new beginning, because the new earth it's evolving and our part in that. Yeah, new chapter is beginning. And this is about ascension. When you ascend different levels, you open up, your awareness becomes bigger. And we've got the little bit of the throat chakra, but we've got the indigo, the third eye chakra, and the purple with the crown chakra. And there's a saying that you have a star chakra that's above your crown chakra. There's a whole bunch. But that is part of what's transforming. And 6 talks about that transition. So sometimes, yeah, believe in the things that can occur. Believe in the power of your own mind, your words, and your actions. Yeah. So we also have a 44, which is a solar eclipse. It says a revolution. We had a solar eclipse just here at the end of May, and that energy is kind of rolling into June. And you are creating a revolution not only within yourself, a shift, a change within yourself, but that shift and change helps create a bigger revolution, a bigger change with humanity itself. So that's a very powerful, not only sign, but it's a very the energy is coming in. So that's why it's going to be important for you to take time out to connect, prayer, meditation, whatever that looks like for you, yoga, a walk outside, connecting with the earth, to help you stay grounded, and to navigate and adjust to those shifts you experience. You might even experience them physically. There's shifts and transformations you view and experience not only in your present circumstance, but also globally. We're seeing those things come about. Bottom of the deck, Mercury retrograde, reinvention. It's time to reinvent yourself, and you're going to be assisted in that. Reinventing what you want to create for yourself. The next deck, I'm being told to go to the bottom of the deck, we have the tribe. So your tribe isn't always your family. It's not blood always relation. It can be, but tribe is a much bigger concept. It's about those people that you resonate with, you are connected with, who support you, who hold unconditional love, who hold space for you and your ideas and your thoughts and your feelings, but also that you can connect with, who get what you're going through. And sometimes it's hard to find those individuals. Maybe it's through this YouTube connection or people you chat with in groups online. I have a group that I meet with online, but the tribe, you're part of a tribe because there is an unfinished symphony. This is a 10 again about new beginnings. The new symphony we're creating, the completion of it in that we're working towards that completion, that weaving of melody or that weaving of the threads that connect us to everything and everyone. Yeah, the never-ending story. Some of us need to realize that a cycle is ending, and things that used to maybe always occur, it seems like, why does this always happen to me? That story is not only ending, but it's how you view it. Those lessons, you have gratitude for them, even the most difficult ones. And time is not running out. It's almost like the hourglass. I'm being shown this. It's a do-over. And coming from a heart-centered place. So we're making that transition. Exchanging of gifts. This can be you giving and starting to receive blessings from others. They can also be material gifts, but that's a beautiful thing to receive. Yeah, round and round. Cycles continue. So even though you complete some things, new things start. That's not only in what you experience, but it's it can be in a job, it can be with relationships, but this new beginning is starting. Maybe it's involving different people, you learning to explore different things. Fork in the road. This is where we're at, that fork in the road. Which way are you going to decide to go? Which way are you going to view things, right? It's happening for me instead of to me. It's all about that shift. Tick tock, everything's in divine timing. It's not in the timing that we as humans see, which we tend to see as linear. Things sometimes happen what we think is out of order, but it's actually in divine order, and they click together and create the bigger picture. So it's asking you to surrender to that and know that what's meant for you will come to you when it's meant to, and to trust and have faith in that and hope, right? We have gifted. Many of you have amazing gifts. Some of them you may not have been aware of. Some of you may have had an inkling. And some of you know what your current gifts are, and you're being asked to embrace them, to nurture them, to explore them. And it could be through a mode of study, which we'll get to here in a minute, but that's a beautiful message. Your prayers are being heard, and they are being answered. Things are being put into order, divine order, of what, like I said, is meant for you. So have trust and faith in that. Beginning of the month, they're asking moderation. It's a journey. It's not a race. It's not a sprint. So take everything in moderation. That includes all things you do, right? And not to rush it, not try to control it. Look for the synchronicities. You're going to be given signs. It can be numbers for some people, because we use numbers a lot in our lives, so that sometimes maybe you're seeing 1111. I'll try to remember to put a link down below. It's the Sacred Scribes, but they tell you about the numbers that you see and when they're in a collection of what that means. And they don't always have to be repeating numbers. The repeating numbers have a very strong energy, but it could be something that just sits funny with you. You look at that number and you're like, that's kind of interesting. 1818, 431 even, but you know it's different. There's something about it. Could be on a receipt, could be on, I don't know, a license plate that's in front of you. So be aware. They're asking you to be more aware, to watch your health, making time, taking a time out for yourself to care for yourself. Some of the energy that comes in that makes us tired, headaches that aren't normal headaches, sometimes you'll get them here at the base of your skull. That's telling you that you're receiving energy downloads even at night in your dream state, but that you're to look after your health. That's really important. So we also have leadership. How are you stepping into your leadership role, leader of your own life? How are you setting an example that in some ways leads others to see how you're adapting to these changes, how you're evolving? You're to take the lead. And we have the polar bear, right? Bears are very gentle creatures unless provoked, but they're powerful. And the bear is also a symbol of Mother Gaia, but it's white. It's like spirit asking you to lead, and also that you'll be assisted. Yeah, you'll be assisted. And we have bottom of the deck solitude. Make sure you're taking time for yourself to rest, to recharge, not to overextend yourself. So take the next one. Yeah, to reach your fulfillment. Fulfillment in not just the long term, but fulfillment in, every day. We've got this abundant peach, right? The sweetness of life. To embrace and enjoy the sweetness of life. Hang on. Yeah, pleasure. There's a gateway. Taking time to find things that give you pleasure, right? That bring you joy, that bring you peace, bring you calm. That's really important. From the Angels deck, we had 4 that popped out, ladies. Leela, spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions, and ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So when you meditate or pray, sending out your prayers to the universe, ask for help. It's free will, but they cannot act on your behalf unless you give them permission. Maya, schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. Maybe there's something you saw on an Instagram or YouTube feed that struck you interesting, you're curious about. That's a form of study. There may be a topic you've wanted to get some books on or a workshop you want to take. Whatever that is for you, you're being encouraged to explore that. Fiona, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. The support is here, but you have to ask for it. And Celeste, a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. For some of you, this may be a change that you're seeking or wanting to go after, and you're being encouraged to do so. For some of you, maybe you haven't felt like you're in the right place, and maybe synchronicities or signs, those niggles and nudges, intuition has been calling you. For others, this may be something new as a project, something you want to do or try, but you're being encouraged to do so. On the bottom of the deck, we have Indriel. It says, you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. So just doing you is enough. For some of us, we have more of a calling. For me, it was to create this YouTube channel and provide these collective readings. But just with your daily interactions, choices you make, that's shining your light. Being kind to someone, smiling to someone you may not even know, right? Those are ways to shine your light, to provide assistance with boundaries, of course. You don't want to overextend yourself or do something or engage with someone that doesn't respect your boundaries. But again, how are you shining your light? How are you making the world a better place? Maybe you decide to recycle more, right? Whatever that is for you. We also have from the Moonology deck, luck is on your side. And this is the new moon in Sagittarius. I'm not an astrologer, but this to me talks about focus, pulling back your arrow, take an aim. Maybe you have a variety of choices, but what is the priority? And pursuing that, you're being, again, assisted and helped. Bottom of the deck, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. For some of us, the cycle's already ended and the new beginning's already unfolding. For some of you, things are getting wrapped up in that divine timing again for something new to begin. And we've had those new numbers with ones and zeros. Know that you are good enough. You are good enough. Even with all of what we think are imperfections and quirkiness, you are enough and you're beautiful just the way you are. And it's a time for healing. So yeah, balancing spirituality and practicality. So time for healing. Yeah, you need time to heal physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Make time for that. We also have soul solitude. Here again, solitude. That's a double message. We've had that. Taking time, quiet time for yourself to reflect, to connect. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. We've got hello from heaven. So your angels, your ancestors, your family from heaven, they want you to know that they are saying hello. They're here supporting you. There's a lot of support here, which is amazing and beautiful, right? And we also have at the bottom of the deck vulnerability. You have to get vulnerable to help heal those things, to get in tune with those things. I have a really good friend, his name's Sterling Hawkins. He's getting ready to come out with a book. It's called Hunting for Discomfort. And when we purposefully go to those shadow things, those triggers, those things that make us vulnerable, and we take time to embrace them, to love them, to heal them, that is why the time of healing is important, because it helps you to no longer be triggered as much or at all. Helps you to look at those experiences, those wounds from a different perspective. So that's why the solitude and the assistance is here as well. Wow. Yeah, support. You're being supported by the divine, by your spirit guides, angels, whoever's up there for you. That's and healing again. It's a time for healing. And it can be, like I said, on a variety of levels, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So it's time to do that. And friendships, this goes back to your tribe. Find those people that support you. They may not always understand all of it, but that's what holding space is for, is they accept you unconditionally. And they don't judge you. So that's important. Ideas and inspiration. And when you get in solitude, that's when those things come. Sometimes they pop into your head, random times. Pay attention to those. If it helps you, write them down, deal with them later, but you're being asked to look at those. Yeah, the guardians. You're being watched over and protected in this process. I went to my Milagros-Miracles deck. The link's below if you'd like to get the deck. But it's emphasizing your innocence and purity. You're not being judged based on your journey here so much. It's like you're part of the divine. That's your purity. And your experiences are what feeds the collective experience. It's how God, the universe, connects and experiences life through us. So remember that, you signed up for coming down here, just saying. And it's important. Bottom of the deck again, sanctuary. Finding what is sanctuary for you. If it's in your home, it's in a quiet place, it's in nature, to help ground and find that solitude. The last messages I'm going to pull for, I'm just looking around here to make sure I got them all, is from my keys to the 13 universal laws. There are 13. Normally there are 12 is discussed, but 13 is the universal law of love, and it governs all of it when you come from a place of love from everything. And we're going to see what other messages they have for the collective for the beginning of June 2022. So let's see what other support they have for us. Woo. Yeah, doing the work, coming into this new awareness. Sorry, we got a little glare here. It's the key to your path and purpose. Oh, sorry, it's hard to read. My light's really glaring off of here. Key to overcoming fear. We just talked about discomfort. The fear of what others think of you doesn't really matter. It's only how you view yourself, right? You do you. We have, yeah, it's the key to transformation. Transforming, right? Yeah, universal law of wisdom. Accessing those, there we go, accessing those experiences of wisdom that have helped you get to this point and serve you from here on out, right? Yeah, but you got to have courage. Bottom of the deck. For some of you, it's overcoming sadness of the past, releasing that sadness, those wounds, right? And a lot of times those wounds come from relationships, the relationships you have with family, with friends, with partners, significant others, and your relationship with yourself, most importantly. So that's all I have for you for the beginning of June. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.